We are Artworkium, and welcome to Inventive Legacies, patents that shaped our lives.
Great to be diving in again.
Yeah, this is our series where we take a closer look at the history behind some really iconic inventions. We're digging into the patents themselves.
Right, the actual legal documents that protected these ideas.
And we actually put this series together as, well, kind of a thank you, really. An extra resource for you, our customers, who've bought the patent prints from our online store. A bit more context, a bit more story.
Adding another layer to appreciate those designs.
Exactly. So today, this is a fun one. We are deep diving into that flashing, beeping memory challenge, Simon.
Ah, Simon. Yes, that four-colored saucer. Hard to forget.
It's a classic from our Toys and Games section. And if you want to see the specific patent print we're talking about while you listen, just check the episode description. There's a link right there for you.
And our mission today really is to look beyond, the fun lights and the sounds we all remember. We want to understand the clever legal thinking that protected this huge hit from the late 70s.
Right. How did they keep copycats away?
It involves a really smart way of looking at intellectual property, splitting the invention, essentially.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's unpack it. Where do we start? With the print itself.
Let's start right there with the main patent print featured on the store.
All right, so when you look at that print, the title on the document is actually Electronic Game Housing.
Housing. That's the first big clue, isn't it?
Yeah, not electronic memory game or something. And the document ID?
It's DES 253786.
DES 253786.
Okay, and you mentioned that DES part is important.
Crucial. That DES tells you immediately what kind of patent this is. It stands for design.
Ah, okay, so this patent is about the look of Simon.
Precisely.
Oh.
Only the look.
Got it. And the specifics on this one. Let's see, it was issued December 25th, 1979.
A Christmas Day patent. Talk about a timely gift.
Right. A very specific high-tech Christmas gift for 79, and the protection lasted for 14 years. A good long run for a toy design, and it was protecting that shape, that unique saucer.
And the inventor listed here is Douglas P. Montague from Chicago, Illinois.
IQ. Okay.
And the patent was assigned to Marvin Glass and Associates. So Montague, it seems, gave Simon its iconic shell.
He gave it that futuristic, minimalist look that it made everything else look instantly dated, didn't it?
It really did.
Right.
So that brings us to this design patent thing.
Yeah.
253786. You're saying it only protected the look.
That's right. Legally, it protected, and I'm quoting here, the ornamental design for an electronic game housing as shown and described.
Ornamental design. So strictly the aesthetics.
Yeah.
How it looks.
Yep. The shape, the configuration of the buttons, the overall visual impression, it had absolutely nothing to do with the electronics inside, the game rules, the sounds, none of that.
Wow. Okay. But in the toy industry, appearance can be almost everything, right? Especially back then.
Oh, absolutely critical. Think about walking down a toy aisle. That unique shape jumps out. Milton Bradley, the company manufacturing it, knew they had to lock down that look.
So rivals couldn't just make a game that looked exactly like Simon, even if the inside was different.
That's the power of a design patent. It prevents visual knockoffs. It protects the brand identity tied to that specific appearance. It ensured Simon looked like Simon.
They must have known they were onto something special with that design, because the timeline here is, well, it's pretty bold.
Oh, what's the timing?
The application for this design patent, the look, was filed April 13th, 1978.
Okay, spring of 78.
But then, get this, just over a month later, May 15th, 1978, Simon makes his debut.
Wow, that's fast. A toy fair, I assume.
Nope, that's the wild part. It debuted at Studio 54, the nightclub.
Studio 54. Seriously, a kid's memory game.
Apparently. Can you imagine? Flashing lights, disco music, and Simon.
I absolutely love that detail. It just screams confidence in the design, doesn't it?
It does.
You don't take just any plastic toy to Studio 54. Montague's design was sleek, it was modern, maybe even a bit glamorous. It fit that scene somehow. It signaled this wasn't just another clunky toy, it was part of the new electronic wave.
Ushering in the 80s electronic craze with the disco beat. Okay, so Montague designed the shell, the
Yes.
253786 part, the part cool enough for Studio 54.
Right.
But who designed the game itself, the actual sequence memorizing part?
Yeah.
The The brains of the operation.
And that is the other half of this really smart IP strategy. That was covered by a completely different type of patent,
Okay.
a utility patent.
Right. Design patent for looks, utility patent for function. How it works.
That's it, exactly. Utility patents protect the functional invention, what it does, how it operates, the new technology or process involved. They're separate legal tools for separate aspects of an invention.
So one physical product, Simon, but protected by two different patents, probably from different inventors. That's actually really clever.
It's a textbook example of a solid IP strategy. The functional core, the microcomputer controlling the game, generating and checking the sequences that was protected by utility patent number 4,207,087.
4,207,087. And the title for that one?
So that one's a bit more technical, as you'd expect. Microcomputer controlled game.
Okay, descriptive. And who are the inventors for this patent? The function guys.
That would be Ralph H. Baer and Howard J. Morrison.
Baer.
Yeah.
That makes a bell. Didn't he work on the first video game console, the Magnavox Odyssey?
The very same, often called the father of video games, so serious players in the electronic game world.
Wow. Okay, so Baer and Morrison handled the function. But here's the thing. Was Simon a totally original idea from them?
Well, that's another fascinating wrinkle. Sources suggest they were actually inspired by and aiming to improve upon an earlier Atari arcade game from 1976 called Touch Me.
Touch Me. Okay. Never heard of it.
It was apparently a similar concept, followed the sequence, but maybe clunkier, less portable, perhaps less engaging. Baer and Morrison saw it and thought, we can refine this.
So they didn't invent the core concept of sequence memory games.
Not entirely from scratch, no. Their invention, their patentable contribution, was in the execution, how they used a microcomputer to make it portable, reliable, with pleasant sounds, and create those progressively harder sequences we remember.
So the refinement and the specific way it worked was the novel invention protected by the utility patent.
Precisely. Their version was functionally distinct and superior enough to warrant its own protection. They essentially engineered the Touch Me concept into the Simon experience.
That makes sense. And wasn't there someone else involved? A programmer?
Yes, good point. Lenny Cope did the software programming. Apparently, he initially nicknamed his code Follow Me, which also kind of fits, doesn't it?
Follow Me, yeah. It highlights how collaborative it was, but legally, it boiled down to those two key patents.
The design patent for the look by Montague.
And the utility patent for the function by Baer and Morrison.
And they didn't stop there. The success was huge, right? So when they came out with Super Simon in 1980.
The one with more buttons.
Yeah, that one. They immediately protected its new functionalities, too, with another utility patent. U.S. patent 4,359,220, still titled Microcomputer Controlled Game.
They really understood the game, huh? Protect the look, protect the function, protect the improvements, cover all the angles.
It's a masterclass, really. Use the design patent to capture the eye and build the brand. Use the utility patent to stop anyone copying the core gameplay.
Okay, so we've gone from a simple memory game to Studio 54 dueling patents, Atari history. It's way more complex than just 4 flashing buttons.
It really is.
Which brings us to you, our listeners. We've unpacked quite a bit here about a game many of us probably just took for granted. So what detail really jumped out at you? What did you find the most surprising or interesting?
Yeah, what's the bit that makes you go, huh, I never knew that? Was it maybe the fact that the look and the function were totally separate legal inventions? Montague's design patent versus Baer and Morrison's utility patent for the same toy? Or perhaps it's the origin story. The idea that Simon was essentially a clever upgrade, a re-engineering of that earlier, less famous Atari game, Touch Me.
Right, that wasn't purely original, maybe.
Or maybe it's just that mental image. The sheer delightful absurdity of a memory game for kids making its world debut at Studio 54.
That one still gets me. Imagine trying to follow the sequence with Donna Summer blasting. The pressure.
Exactly.
So whatever detail caught your attention, we'd love to hear about it. Jump onto social media, find us using the Artworkium handle, and share your thoughts.
Please do.
And hey, if you're enjoying these explorations into inventive legacies, why not leave us a rating or a review? And definitely subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive.
So just to wrap up the key takeaway from Simon's story.
Yeah, let's summarize.
It's really about how a massively successful product often relies on a multi-layered IP strategy. They used Design Patent S 253786, Montague's patent, to lock down that iconic, instantly recognizable look.
The saucer shape.
Right. And simultaneously, they used Utility Patent 4,207,087 from Baer and Morrison to protect the core technology, the how it works part, the microcomputer game logic.
Look and function. 2 different protections.
A really smart combination that gave them a powerful market advantage.
So maybe a final thought for you to ponder. Next time you see a Simon, or maybe even play one, and you're struggling to remember if blue came after green,
We've all been there.
just take a second and consider. Is it that sleek patented design that's drawing you in? Or is it the clever patented functionality that's actually scrambling your brain?
An interesting question.
We really hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the story behind Simon. It's amazing what's hidden in these patent documents.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in and for your loyalty. We hope you'll join us for the next deep dive into another iconic patent that shaped our lives. Goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone.